Look at this, John. Look at this fish. Oh. That's a fully scale. Look. Oh my Jesus Christ. There are so many hidden gems in this country, especially down here in the Garden of England. So this week we ventured down to the wonderful North Downs in Kent, where we're going to be fishing for 48 hours on the very beautiful St Andrew's Lake in Hulling. When I was told by Fishery manager Chris Currie that it's not your typical pond and to expect something different, well, I wasn't quite expecting this. If you desire that holiday feeling and you're a big fan of gin, well, you're going to love this. So this week's session is done on the mighty St Andrew's Lake in Hulling, and to say this place is deep, well, that's an understatement really. It's 75 acres in plot and up to 90 foot. Oh, did I say foot? I meant meters. Up to 90 meters deep in places. Autumn is definitely on the cards. The leaves are turning colour and that bitter wind means only one thing: wrap up well. Oh yeah, and this week we're going alone. We're going hand solo, apart from my good friend John, of course. Hi John. Fishing in new water and being on your own always forces you to make those decisions, you know, where to fish, how to bait. And most people say to me, well, stick to your guns and fish the way that you would normally fish. But this is a very different location, and to be honest with you, it's a little bit daunting. Come on, Simon, grow some balls and let's get a plan together. So this is me and my 3 rods out on the point. Now, the water out in front of me drops very quickly. There's a ledge which drops from 15 foot all the way down to 30 and then rises back up to 18 underneath the snags on the back ledge. So I've seen fish roll in the open water and along the back edge. So I'm going to put 1 out into the deep water and 2 out on the far bank. The bottom is rock hard and very little weed, so I'm going to start with a couple of spinner rigs and a bottom bait. There's also a lovely southerly wind blowing into this bait, so hopefully keep the fish moving along this back edge. It's a good starting point and something we can adapt if we need to. I'm going to use a dark fish meal boilie with a yellow tipper, just so it stands out off that white base. We're punching it out to about 16 to 18 wraps, so cue dramatic cast. sorted. Have I made the right choice of bait? Am I too close to the snags? You know, all those questions going through your head. We'll see. We'll see. Along with the fishing, St Andrews Lake is a great place for doing other water sports, including paddleboarding and canoeing. It's also a great venue for wildlife watching. However, I'm not too sure about the bird life. Pink flamingos? Really? They also do a lot of scuba diving in the deeper part of the lake, but luckily for us it's a little bit shallower here where we're fishing. As much as I love looking at this beautiful vista, the fidget monster is creeping in, and I think stalking might be on the cards.
That's the daddy. Little pop-up bit of corn on a 360.
So with 3 swims down, I've got my receiver, and there's a few fish in this shallow bay. So it'd be silly not to, wouldn't it? The water is so clear. It's lovely to watch them dancing around in here. But I've got to be careful, because if I can see them, they can definitely see me. Now obviously being comfortable is a very important thing, but always, oh, look, when you're sitting, you fall.
Pretty, very pretty little fish. Really good fun. Watched him and his brothers just dancing around for a while, and then... Right, let's get him back.
Not a monster, but a great bit of sport. These quiet times, these moments of contemplation, activates the doubt monster. Did I clip a root on the way down? Is my bait tied up in 17 knots? Did I leave the iron on? Calm down, just chill. Chill out, boy. Now the best thing to do in this situation is to try and take your mind off of it. You know, don't sit there and look at your alarms. Do something different. And for me, it's make yourself a cup of tea in a nice clean cup. Oh, okay, well, don't worry about that. Just, use any mug. And you'll be doing this, looking at the levels of water that you're going to put into your pot noodle. Then your alarms will go off. You'll smash through everything and you won't care anyway. And never forget, however cool you think you are, hot water is hot. Dickhead. getting late in the afternoon now, and I think we might need to make a change. As it's been fairly quiet in the day, I'm going to change my tactics and hopefully that will nick me a bite through the night. Autumn is definitely here. I can feel it in the air. But as long as I've got my Pringles and my fizzy fish, I should be fine. I can think of worse things to wake up to. What a stunning morning. I actually got a fairly good kip last night, even though it was very chilly and there was a lot of noise from the fish boshing out. So did the endless praying last night work? Did the carp gods answer you? Did they deliver? Have faith, my son.
I was told by Chris, the fishery manager, that they had some lovely fully scalers in here, and he said it's not the biggest of fishes, but have a little look at that. That is beautiful. What a stunning little fish. Look at the scales, golden as well, so beautiful.
It is golden, isn't it? I think if you say the word golden more, you'll increase how gold it looks.
Absolutely stunning looking fish. Look at that golden colour, it's gorgeous.
All joking aside, it was a very pretty little fish.
Perfect condition as well, mouths are beautiful. Well done, little man. Put up a little scrap as well. That fell to bottom bait with a little bit of popped up corn on it. Yeah, pretty fish and very pleased indeed. Right then, I'll see you in 10 years' time. Hopefully, get a few pounds by then.
Yeah, maybe a tad more gold, I don't know. Now, one of the key elements to any new water is local knowledge. Now, I'm not sure if you can see this guy because he's in pretty good camo, but this is Andrew, the head bailiff of the water. It's always good to listen to these guys. They've got good inside knowledge and they're more than happy to share it with you. I obviously asked him if he was okay to be on film. He said, yeah, but I'm not taking my clothes off. Again. You know, it's funny when you put a camera on somebody, they can either go one way or the other. In this case, it's the other. He's definitely warming up. Nice one, Andrew. And let's finish this off with a model pose and cut. Right then, let's get organised. I need to put some bait in the water and redo these rods. The little changes that I made yesterday definitely made a difference. I changed from using a very bright fluoro pop-up to the bottom baits with a little tipper. I'm sending a few freebies over with a throwing stick and putting a bit of spod into the deeper parts of the water. They definitely like these fishmeal boilies, and I think they're picking up on the maize. Colour is definitely an important factor in this lake. I'm using a bottom bait with a yellow tipper for all three rods now. It's a very similar rig to the one that Frank told me how to use in my last vlog. Now, one thing that I've picked up on is that these sloping sides are not great for presenting bait on, especially if you're not using a gripper lead or something a bit heavy. I'm using a 3.5 ounce flat pair, and I've got a feeling they're probably rolling down. It's about an 18-foot drop off that slope, but I don't think it really matters to the fish. I think they're feeding in all depths. All I really care about is that the rig is being presented correctly and it hasn't just wrapped around the lead on the roll. Now, remember earlier when I said about diverting your attention and focusing on something else? Well,
well, we were just saying that the action was a little bit slow in the afternoon. It would seem that they've come alive. This one has gone deep.
now as you can see from the bend in the rod, it's not going to be a monster. But there certainly is more to fishing than monsters.
That is a beautiful fish. Oh, my good God. Oh my God. Look at this, John. Look at this fish. Oh. That's a pretty scale. Jesus Christ.
Look, I know it's a bit of a cliche, and we're always asked that same question. You know, why do we go fishing? Well, this is why. Wow, that is an awesome fish. Or a cracking fish, as my wife would say.
Look at that. That is an absolute beautiful, beautiful fish. Oh my God. I am over the moon with this. Look how dark it is. It's not, you know, you'd expect this to have been sacked up for like 3 days or something, but it is just a beautiful looking fish. Look at the scales on her. And yeah, there you go. Oh dear. Happy days, as they say. Look at it, it's gorgeous. Look underneath, look. It must have a bit of koi in it as well. It's beautifully coloured, And actually when you see it as in the scales, look at that. That is just I am proper made up with this. Oh dear. That's got to be one of the most beautiful carp I've ever caught. That colour is just amazing.
They don't have to be big to be beautiful. This is a perler of a fish. What a stunning creature.
So we arrived here on the Saturday morning, and well, just an absolutely crazy place. It's a big water, not quite sure how many acres, but it's big. It's big water and very, very deep, really deep. I think they were saying like 90 meters in some places, but where we're fishing on a point, which is kind of creates a cove in the lake, and I've got a feeling that sort of as it drops from where we're fishing from, it's about maybe 20-30 foot deep here, right over to the other side of the bank, which again is still the same. Because it's into a bit of a cliff face, it's dropping right down, and so I'm hoping my leads aren't just rolling down. I'm getting a fairly good donk, obviously, because it's chalk, and yeah, it's a very different way of fishing. I've never fished in a water like this. You know, the water clarity is gin clear. It is so clear. It is mad. It is absolutely mad, and it creates this beautiful aqua green. It's just, this vision is just amazing. Hopefully, you can see it on the drone, but you know, when you look at it from a height and you can see the white, you know, edging coming out the chalk, that's just amazing. So yeah, we got here the Saturday morning. It was all lovely. Difficult starting point, not knowing how to fish it, where to fish. I automatically just thought, right, I'm going to whack it over to the snags and, you know, see if I can find not a shallow point, because there's no shallow point here really. There's a few points down the side of the spit, which is, you know, you get a drop off, probably about 100 yards, and then it just drops. And we were thinking about a tactical move then, but we decided not to. The first day was quiet. We did a little bit of stalking, which was really good fun. Again, the water color is so good. You can, you know, pop your little popped up bit of corn into the shallows there, and you can actually see the fish come in, munching around. They drop down, so you can actually see the fish taking your bait, which was absolutely awesome. I loved doing that. And we got a little common. You know, it wasn't the biggest fish in the world, but it was a fish. And I'm supposed to be making a rig here, but I can't be arsed. But yeah, so that was really good fun. Did that in the morning. Came back here in the afternoon. Did a bit of an assessment of where we are. Chucked a lead out onto the back snags. when I say snags, they're literally just overhanging trees, a few roots, but they're on the edge of a cliff face. So it's not like you're in the snags. You've just got to kind of cast maybe 2 or 3 rod lengths in. And yeah, so we managed to grab a couple of fish off of the back margins. I did get a crazy take. I plonked one out into the middle here, put some spod out. That was quite cool. It just went bang. I mean, the fish here it's so much freedom here for them. They must pick up and just belt. And I say that the actual take itself, my rod just went bang, bang, and it was just, it's awesome. Didn't get that one, unfortunately. I think that the fish in here, they've got fairly soft mouths. The couple of fish that I had on that afternoon, you could, just feel that they're very, very soft. So maybe I've lost a couple of fish as well. So, and I've got a feeling that maybe I've tried to bully it a little bit. Because we're on this point, I don't want them steaming off to my left or my right, and I'm trying to keep it in control, but at the same time, now I've worked out that I need to just let them have a little bit of line, take a bit. As I say, they're not the biggest fish in here, but I think it was probably about it must have been 6 o'clock, and we were just milling around the swim, deciding what to do next, and tactically, and the middle rod just tore off, and it was amazing take. Pulled into it, felt the fish slightly bigger than the normal sort of small commons and little mirrors, and it kind of waddled a little bit out there. It felt like it could have been 15-20 pounder, but I'm going to say, because it's so clear here, by the time you get it into about 4 rod lengths out, you can actually see the fish in the water, and it's sort of diving around, and oh my God, you'll probably see from the reaction when we got it actually in the net, that fish was probably the best looking fish that I've ever caught. It was absolutely stunning. I think it's about 12-13 pound, but the size does not matter. It was just stunning. I think there might have been a little bit of koi in it as well. We had sort of orange around the bottoms of the gills here. Big plate, very dark on top. Oh, it's just gorgeous. But that was just the highlight of the weekend, really. When you plan a shoot, you say, right, I'm going to do an intro, I'm going to do a bit about rigs, I'm going to do all these kind of, all the parts you do, lots of, trees blowing and birds and all that sort of stuff, which we did on the Saturday, which was a bit of a better day. But there's always that caveat: are you going to catch? Because that makes the film. And although we did have a couple of small fish, I kind of I tend to think that is fishing. You can't catch 40 pounders or 30 pounders all day, and I would just make it as it is. This is real fishing. This is what we do. But to actually be given a prize, and actually, the effort that you're putting into, and believe me, we are really working hard to try and catch fish. It's not just a case of we want to shoot lovely film and trees and all that sort of stuff. It just played so well into the whole script. That one fish, yeah, I'm just made up of that. It's just awesome, absolutely amazing. So we've seen a few, caught a few, so it's been a great session, really.
And there you go, another awesome weekend and another vlog. We ended up with 7 takes and landed 5 fish. And although there weren't monsters, there were a couple of pearlers in there. If you're looking for a day ticket and you like a challenge, and not forgetting you might see a glimpse of the lesser spotted pink flamingo, head on down to St Andrews Lake in Kent.
Right then, so we're here at the enormously... So today we're here at St Andrews Lake. So today we've come down to Halling in Kent. So we've come down to Halling to fish this mega lake. It looks amazing place to fish, and yes, we'll have some cake. Yes!